Cześć i dzień dobry wszystkim, Mufik z tej strony i zapraszam Was na odcinek z serii Kingdom Come Deliverance, w którym Henryk znajdzie się na tropie siatki fałszerzy pieniędzy i udowodni, że nie wszystko złoto, co się świeci. W poprzednim zadaniu Radzik kazał nam się udać do Równej, żebyśmy spróbowali namierzyć, o co chodzi z tym całym podrabianym grosiwem, więc to właśnie uczynię. Jadę do Równej i spróbujemy sprawdzić to miejsce, gdzie fałszerzy przekazują towar. Dotarłem do Równej. Wydaje mi się, że tutaj droga pod górkę nas zaprowadzi do tego miejsca, gdzie mamy się udać. Trochę improwizuję, bo na mapie nie widać tego za dobrze, no ale wydaje mi się, że to będzie tędy. Jestem coraz bliżej. Czyżby to tu? Co tu się podziało? I to bez mojego udziału. Dobra, no. Jemu się już nie przydadzą. Pomiędzy odcinkami podlevelowałem trochę umiejętność włamywania, więc w tej chwili trudne zamki nie stanowią już dla mnie problemu. Ma to miejsce na 15 poziomie włamywania, gdzie można zacząć je normalnie otwierać. Tutaj widzę całkiem fajne graty są. Zabieramy to wszystko. Tak, dokładnie, dobrze Henryk opowiada. Okej, musimy sprawdzić, co tu się działo, tak? Zbadaj rozstaje dróg. Tu leżał ranny. Może są jakieś ślady. No, pewnie te z krwi. Tu coś było. O, węgiel. Dobra, więcej śladów. No, wygląda jak krew. No wszystko wskazuje na to, że będziemy mieli do czynienia z węglarzami. Tak to wygląda, jak ich obóz. Jakieś za wytropienie ich, rozumiem, dostałem punkt dołowów. Pędzluję im garnek. Już mi się trochę kończyło papu. O, tam chodzi jakiś Szczepan. Pogadam z nim.
Jesus Christ be praised.
What happened at the crossroads?
What crossroads? What are you talking about?
Gościu, weź mnie, nie prowokuj.
Listen, there's corpses lying on the road out there, a ransacked wagon, and a trail that leads right here. Now, you seem to be honest and friendly folk, not marauding cutthroats. So I prefer to believe you don't have anything to do with it.
But
Gościu, syp.
If you don't start helping me, I might change my mind.
I don't know nothing and I haven't seen nothing. If you want to know something about it, just ask Boyar. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Who is this Boria?
Boyar cracks the whip around here. You'll recognize him by his red cap.
Thank you.
Take care now. What the?
Okej, szybko poszło z typem. Szukamy Bori. Widzę, że oni mają taki większy obóz, więc muszę przebiec się tam kawałek. Może poszli do lasu. Dobra, jest gość z czerwoną czapką. Będzie to Boria.
God be with you.
What do you know about the wagon that's been ambushed at the crossroads?
I haven't a clue what you're talking about.
Really?
Nie, no gdzie tam?
Yes. Is that a problem?
No, mamy problem, gościu.
Do you have any idea whose wagon it was?
I don't know. And I don't care.
Well, I'll tell you. I'm sure you've heard of the gang that burned down Neuhof
Possibly.
and poisoned the well in Merhoyed. They're the kind of men you don't want to get on the wrong side of.
I didn't get on the wrong side of them, though. Did I? The opposite. Actually, we helped them out. And I didn't even know who they were.
What happened?
Let's just get this straight. We didn't ambush anyone.
And what were you doing at the crossroads then?
We were just passing, and we saw the wagon. So we took the sacks.
Just the sacks? What about the trail of bloodstains leading to the camp?
I was just getting to that. We also found one wounded man. What am I saying, wounded? The fellow was hacked like a martyr in some holy picture. He begged us to hide him away.
So you have him here somewhere? Is he still alive?
The fellow has quite a will to live. I'll give him that.
Do you know who ambushed that wagon?
Not a clue. We came a long way after.
Did he tell you anything?
He wasn't exactly talkative. His lungs are full of holes, so talking's a problem.
Where is he?
We've locked him away in the shed. There.
I want to talk to him.
I don't know. He paid us. We're not to let anyone near him.
I don't mean to hurt him.
So be it. Here. Take the key.
Thanks.
May the Lord watch over you.
Dobra, idziemy do szopy. Kogo my tu mamy? Najemnik.
Do as I say, and you might walk out of here alive.
What? What's that? What do you mean?
Don't worry about it. Just answer my questions, and I might even help you.
Well, if you say so.
Who is it you work for? Who did the wagon belong to?
To Menhart. He's some kind of merchant who hired me for protection. But that's all I know.
And where's this Menhart disappeared off to?
No idea. I blacked out after the attack. Only came to my senses once I got here. I don't even know where here is.
Who ambushed that wagon?
A knight. He's been following us
rycerz.
for a while.
And where did he go?
I don't know. I got a beating, and then I passed out.
Do you know what you were carrying in that wagon?
I never asked Menhart that.
Can I see your wound?
Are you a quack?
Sort of. That's a deep wound to the flank and you're still losing blood. You need to staunch it.
Will you help me?
I can try. Tell me more about the night.
Where's the coin?
What? What coin?
I will not repeat the question.
I don't know about any coin. I swear.
Ah! Where are those sacks you took from the wagon?
Sacks! They're behind the shed.
That's him. That's got to be that knight.
Is that all? Did you take anything else?
Fuck! Stop! Stop right there!
I teraz tak, teoretycznie mógłbym go gonić, ale to by doprowadziło do konfliktu, którego nie chcemy. Także sayonara, gościu. Zobaczymy się za jakiś czas. Nie chciałbym go przypadkowo zabić.
Well, I suppose it doesn't matter as long as he goes back to the Sasau Inn.
No właśnie. No i to, co teraz musimy zrobić, to wsiadam na konia i jedziemy do Sazawy. Gdzie jest mój wierny rumak? Podjechałem do oberży w Sazawie, nawet wynająłem sobie tam pokój, żeby zostawić graty i zrobić punkt zapisu. Wydaje mi się, że ten dziadek, który siedzi przy ostatnim stole, to jest ten, kogo szukamy.
Here, just as you ordered.
I'm happy to see you again, sir.
Likewise. No doubt you have many questions.
I certainly do.
We will talk. Not here, however. The wolves have ears. Let's meet at the pond after sunset. You'll find me waiting by the big willow tree.
I'll be there.
Okej, chcesz tam? Możemy
I will
tam.
expect you. Bloody Christmas.
Nad stawem w Sazawie, tylko to ma być... On mówił, że po zmierzchu. Ile nam zostało do zmierzchu? Dobra, 4 godziny. To idę się kimnę i za chwilę tam podjedziemy. O, akurat trafiłem tak, że nasz kolega Ulrich też właśnie dojeżdża na miejsce spotkania. Mogę już siąść i idziemy. Zobaczymy, co nam powie. Czy może chciał nas wyciągnąć tylko po to, żeby nam naklepać tutaj? Co, gościu, jeśli mam podsłuch? Co zrobisz wtedy? No, nie pomyślałeś
So
o tym.
here I am. What do you have to tell me?
I brought you here because I did not want to cause an alarm at the tavern. I'm very sorry, but you made a mistake coming here alone. And it will be your last.
Wait.
You wish to make your peace with God? Very well. But be quick.
I just want to know why you ambushed that wagon.
You make no sense. Did your accomplices not tell you when they sent you after me?
Accomplices? What are you talking about? I'm here on behalf of Sir Radzik Kobila.
Radzik Kubila? I do not understand.
I was looking for the counterfeit coins, and I still am. I'd heard those men were transporting them in that wagon.
When I saw you with the charcoal burners, I assumed it was they who sent you.
No, definitely not.
Then we have a common aim. I have also been pursuing the counterfeiters for some time.
Udało się uniknąć łomotu od
It is true, our meeting has not begun well. But if it
doświadczonego
is the
wojaka.
truth that you are sent by Kobila, then we can assist each other.
What do you mean?
I found out many things, but there are still questions I cannot answer. And the last man who knew anything is now dead.
What man was that?
Meinhard, the merchant from Passau. Listen, I will explain everything to you, but first, I need you to do something for me.
Oh, really?
You will introduce me to a certain person, and I will tell you everything I've learned.
Who do you
Dobra,
mean?
na razie zagrajmy w tą grę.
Master Tobias Pfeiffer. If you truly serve Sir Radzik, then you must know him.
I think I know who you mean. What do you want him for?
I have here a written confession which tells how those forgeries are made, but I do not understand such technical matters. Master Pfeiffer, however,
We'll definitely be able to make sense of it. And you'll give it to me? Just like that?
it seems I have little choice. This is the last lead I have. In the meantime, I will return to Sassau and see what I might learn there.
Okej, dostaliśmy dokumenty od
Shouldn't you go with me
Ulricha.
to see Pfeiffer?
No, I must remain in Sassau. I have some loose ends that must be tied.
What's your name, anyway?
I told you, I am Ulrich.
Just Ulrich?
It is enough.
Because you look like a knight. They seldom have just one name.
It is true, I have a horse, armor, a sword, and a shield. But there are many ways to acquire
Prawda,
such
zgadzałoby się.
traits,
Mam dokładnie taki sam
as I am
zestaw.
sure you know.
So you're not a knight?
I am a trustworthy soldier in the service of a nobleman. That is all you need to know.
All right then, Ulrich. Let's leave it at that. Who are you working for?
I understand why you wish to know, but this does not mean I am at liberty to tell.
Jak grzecznie komuś powiedzieć wal się?
That sounds a bit fishy.
It is simply that my master does not wish to be revealed. And if we are to help one another, that is how it must remain.
Tell me what you know about the false coins.
Do you know Passau?
No, what is it?
A city in Bavaria. Passau is a city of trade. All the currencies in Christendom change hands there.
I see. And that would include Prague Groschen?
Some months ago, counterfeit groschen were discovered to be circulating there. They are made from copper plated with silver. The Passau alderman began to investigate and learned that a family of money changers was involved. They were bringing the forged coins in from Bohemia and sending back real ones. My liege lord is allied to the Passau alderman, so they requested that he deal with the matter.
And so he sent you?
Yes, he needed a man that he could trust absolutely.
And what about that wagon? What happened there exactly?
I followed Menhard from Passau. I had reason to suspect a connection with Sassau.
So they were transporting false groschen on that wagon?
Yes. On their way here, they brought real coin. Groschen, forints, francs, and the like. But now, the sacks were full of counterfeits.
What do you mean about the connection with Sassau?
The matter was investigated in Passau, and the executioner extracted information from those who were arrested. They told him that the coins were made in a monastery.
What, in the monastery itself?
I cannot say. I know only what the Passau scribe wrote down in his reports of the interrogations.
Why did you let them get here before attacking?
I wanted to discover where they hand over their coins, which I failed to do. Besides, Maynard had an armed escort, and they kept two busy roads and lodged at inns throughout their journey, until he came to this god-forsaken track. I cannot guess why he came here, but it was the perfect opportunity to strike.
What happened on that track?
I ambushed them. I took down two, but that bastard Manhart cut the horses loose and rode away.
What next?
While I was chasing Manhart, those charcoal burners came and stole what they could. Before I could catch him, his horse threw him and he broke his neck.
So we won't get anything out of him.
Unfortunately not.
No powiedziałbym, że bardzo wygodna wersja. Trochę mi
What
się nie
happened
chce w
to
to
Menhart?
wierzyć.
He is dead, of course.
I know, but what did he do with his body?
I buried it. He was a bastard. But I am not one to leave Christian remains rotting in the woods.
I see. And where's his grave?
He ran from the wagon uphill along the path to the north. Along the way there is an old ruined cabin. I buried him behind it. And don't think I don't know why you ask. Robbing graves is shameful.
That's not it at all.
If you say so.
What happened to Menhart?
He is dead.
I know.
I
See.
he ran and
I'd say that's the pot calling the kettle black.
you're mistaken. I have many deaths on my conscience. But robbing the dead,
A ja nie mam
that's
takich wyrzutów
something I
sumienia.
have no stomach for.
Who are
Jest
you
jeszcze.
working?
I
Very well. I shan't beat it out of you. Very well. I'll go and see Master Fayfar.
Godspeed. I will wait in Sassau at the Wagoner's Inn.
Okej. No, na początku było groźnie, ale na szczęście udało się z tego wybrnąć. Gdzie to mamy jechać? Do Ratajów aż? Okej. O, dobra. No to cóż, na koń i w drogę. Udało mi się dojechać do Ratajów. Teraz muszę znaleźć tylko tego typa, którego Ulrych chciał, żebyśmy znaleźli. Gdziekolwiek on jest. Nie wiem, czy mogę tu wchodzić, czy nie mogę. Ale się tu ruch zrobił normalnie jak na Zakopiance. Weź mnie przepuść, typie. Okej, chyba tutaj gdzieś gość będzie. Nie wiem, czy muszę poczekać na niego po prostu godzinę, czy tak zróbmy może. Okej, jest otwarte do niego. Jest Tobiasz Fejfar.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
Master Fayfar, I need to speak with you. I found out something about the counterfeit coin.
Did you really? Do tell.
Close to Rovna, I came across a wagon that was transporting the false coins. Unfortunately, I came too late. The carter and his men were dead.
Damn and blast. Do you know who did it?
Yes, a certain knight turned up there. Turned out he was also after the forgers.
Well, that is indeed unexpected. Tell me, what did he say?
His name is Ulrich. He looked like a knight, but he refused to show his master's colours.
Ulrich, you say? Could be anyone. Can you describe him?
An older man with a moustache. But for all his grey hairs, he seemed pretty tough to me.
Doesn't match anyone I've heard of. But then we don't even know if Ulrich is his real name.
I asked him who his liege was, but he refused to tell me.
We live in such strange times. In days past, knights would vie with each other to see who could extol their liege's name the loudest. And today, they take assumed names, hide their emblems, and sneak around the land like thieves.
I got the impression he was hiding his identity because his master's at odds with Sir Radzig.
That may well be. As a staunch supporter of the king, Sir Radzig has many enemies.
He told me that the fake money was being taken to Passau in exchange for gold coins, then that real money was being brought back to the Bohemian lands.
That would explain why those fakes bear the Passau countermark.
His master is allied with the Passau aldermen, and they told him to sort it all out.
I wonder who could be behind it all.
He gave me these documents to show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth. They're the records of the interrogations in Passau, and some other things he said you'd understand better than him.
Let me see. We, the aldermen of the city of Passau, interrogation held this day, put to pen by the questor. The place of origin is a monastery in the land of Bohemia. Which certainly confirms my suspicion that something underhand is going on in Sasso. Coin assay report. Copper core coated with amalgam. Ah, but this is interesting. Here's an outline description of how the forgeries are made. I'll have to study it more closely. We command Herr Ulrich to investigate and let no man stand in his way. This looks like the original safe conduct. It has the seal of the Passau alderman, but they certainly didn't pen this.
How do you know?
I recognize the hand. It's a Clement of Kaplitz, the high scribe of the Rosenbergs.
The Rosenbergs? Who's that?
A rich and powerful family in South Bohemia. Burgrave Henry III is a great rival of our King Wenceslas.
So what does all this mean?
Well, it certainly explains why your knight is so mysterious. Anyway, we should be careful. And we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes. That's a lead we can follow.
What?
Silver amalgam. It's produced from quicksilver and silver.
Well, that doesn't sound like something just anyone can get hold of.
You're quite right. You will go to Sasso at once. Look around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them. I, meanwhile, will take counsel with Sir Radzig and then follow after you.
Where shall we meet?
At the inn on Sasso Market Square. Farewell.
Przyjechałem taki hektar tylko po to, żeby pogadać z tym typem. Teraz każą mi tam wracać. Ale fajnie, pojeździmy sobie po kraju. Dobra, wróciłem do Sazawy. Spróbujmy pogadać z jakimiś losowymi ludźmi na temat tego, jak to... Aha. Czy ktoś tutaj wie... Kto może pracować z miedzią? Akurat trafiłem na NPC, który nie chciał z nami rozmawiać. Może tutaj pod gospodą będę miał więcej szczęścia, tylko jeszcze zapiszę w sumie. Dobra, pod oberżą spotkałem mistrza fresków, pogadam z nim.
My friend, you're a trader. Help me out here. I'm after some quicksilver.
Well, I've been there several times myself and come back empty-handed. They fobbed me off 3 times over.
And who exactly are you talking about? Who's holding back the goods on you?
The monastery overseer, or his assistant, more like.
So what did the overseer have to say to you?
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles. Leaves it all to his assistant.
Mam wrażenie, że
Up his git.
chyba przez przypadek dość mocno skróciłem poszukiwania.
Surely such valuable material can't just vanish. Where can it be?
I wish I knew. Every time I ask for the red paint, there's a different reason why they haven't got the quicksilver to mix it. Once they said the goods never arrived, and another time that the wagon carrying it was ambushed. Then it went astray somewhere.
And you think they're lying?
Jesus, what do I know? But it seems pretty strange to me. 3 times in a row the same thing goes missing.
No, dobrze gościu kombinuje, coś tu śmierdzi.
What do you need quicksilver for?
I don't. They do. To mix up the red pigment for me. I'm painting the church in Ujits. Can you imagine how stupid those biblical scenes look without red?
Not really.
Then be glad you can. My eyes hurt just to imagine it.
That's all I need to know for now.
Ah. But wouldn't you care to buy something before you go? Or play a game? I really need some money. I've been waiting here a while and my stay's getting expensive.
Okej.
There.
No to co? Zobaczmy, czy tutaj... Tu jest gość od kości, z tobą nie pogadam. No to jeżeli nie wyciągniemy nic więcej tutaj spod oberży, to może w takim wypadku pojadę do... Na razie tego Ulryka zostawię, a spróbuję się dowiedzieć wszystkiego, co się da tutaj na własną rękę. Dobra, punkt prowadzi mnie gdzieś tutaj. Nie wiem, czy mogę tak zabrać te książki. Pogadajmy w takim razie z tym typem.
Jesus Christ be praised.
I'm looking for some quicksilver. Would you have any on hand?
Talk to my assistant. He deals with such trivial matters.
Fine, thank you.
May the Lord watch over you.
Rozumiem, to jest pomocnik
God
szafarza.
be with you.
Do you have any quicksilver in stock?
Who's asking?
Nobody, I'm just asking.
Then I don't have any.
That sounds almost as if you don't want to sell it to me.
It's not that I don't want to, it's that I can't.
No nie spróbujmy retoryką.
In the Sasau Monastery? That seems unlikely. It looks more like you're lining your own pockets to me. I wonder what people would have to say about that.
It's not. I'm not. Ugh, shit.
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon. Directly to the office. The overseer was somewhere on his rounds. Some night it was, without a crest, armed. He called himself Sir Jezek, and he had a lackey with him called Rapota, a scruffy fellow with a yellow cape. Always whistling he was.
Jaśko i
They
Trejko.
told me they wanted all the quicksilver we order for the monastery. Of course, I told him that wouldn't be possible.
And then what? Did they threaten you?
Not at first. They tried to bribe me, and when I refused, they started threatening.
How did you hand it over to them?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel underneath. Sometimes Rapota is there waiting for me. If not, I leave it there.
What did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery, that they'd have me thrown out and beaten for stealing.
And you had been stealing? I mean, before then?
You know how it is. I work my fingers to the bone and they pay me a pittance.
So they knew about you?
Yes, they knew my name, everything.
Very well. Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Okej, coś się dowiedzieliśmy. I teraz sprawdź miejsce, w którym materiały zostaną przekazane. W punkcie D. Tutaj mamy iść porozmawiać z mistrzem Fejfarem. Ale się ten quest rozgałęzia. Może najpierw pójdę pod ten punkt D. Jest bliżej. Dobra, dojechałem pod obóz. Widzę, że są tutaj chyba jacyś ludzie, z tego co mi mignęło. No. Nic, nie atakują. Spróbuję z nimi porozmawiać.
Why are you just sitting around?
Why not? Admiring the view. People just do not appreciate a lovely view these days.
Does the name Rapota ring any bells for you?
Rapota, you say? Rapota. Nope, I can't hear any bells ringing at all.
Lubię tego gościa. No dobra,
Look,
ciągnijmy
little
ten temat.
jester, I'm investigating a crime against the king on the direct orders of Sir Radzig. Are you really going to keep pretending you don't know anything?
Hang on. What's all this about a crime against the king? I'm just keeping an eye on things. When a wagon comes in, I'll make sure nobody robs it. I get a commission for that. That's it.
See? That didn't hurt a bit. Where's Rapota?
I don't know. He's been staying in town lately. He hardly ever shows up here. It seems he's keeping an eye on someone there. But I don't know who.
Who comes to fetch them?
I don't know. Some people, they don't speak, just look mean. Take the goods and go.
Thanks. Hope the scenery keeps you entertained.
Nie do końca tą opcję chciałem wybrać.
Why are you just...
Why not? People
Does the name... Look, you...
Hang on, I'm just keep...
See?
Dobra, spróbujmy to.
Bit of friendly advice. You're wasting your time here. Rapota's scarpered and won't be coming back this way anytime soon. You might as well pack up and go home.
What? The bastard owes me a dozen groschen. Damn it. Now what? Well, no use hanging around here anyway. In any case, thanks for the information. I could have been stuck here for weeks.
Dobra, spławiliśmy ich. Tutaj już widzę chyba wszystko. No to spróbuję się karnąć do miasta i pogadać z mistrzem Fejfarem. Przykopytkowałem. Jest tutaj Tobiasz Fejfar. Porozmawiam z nim.
Greetings. What do you need?
You look different, Master.
so as to fit in. I don't want it known that I'm in town.
Right.
So what have you found out so far?
I found out where they get their quicksilver from. You were right, it was the monastery.
It was the only logical explanation.
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery.
Have you been there to have a look around?
I have, but I didn't find anything interesting.
And have you found out who's behind it?
Someone called Rapata.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. There's a man I know who works at the monastery yard, Master Engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something. That's all.
Take care now.
Okej, mamy drobny update i jedziemy z powrotem. Co się trzeba najeździć w tym questie? Zobaczmy, czego się tutaj dowiemy. Chyba jestem piętro za nisko.
Good health to you.
Porozmawiam z jego plecami.
How goes the work, Master?
Getting there, getting there. You need something, my boy?
What are you doing here, anyway?
You're in an engraver's shop, my boy. We're engraving, of course.
Yeah, but engraving what? And what's it used for?
Oh, we engrave wood and stone as well as metal. Here in the monastery, it's mostly about decoration.
You've got quite a large workshop, Master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my apprentice, Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone, which means that either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see. I think. So what's happened to Florian?
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The fifth scourge of Egypt did smite him, the plague, or so his message advised me.
Jesus Christ, the plague?
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high, or if it was a judgment on excessive drinking. I'm told such an ailment can be of truly biblical proportions.
What's he like, your apprentice, Florian?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll. He's been acting strangely of late. I fear he has delusions of persecution.
I don't really know what you mean, at all.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very next day he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his chest.
No proszę, mamy jakieś sekrety.
In any case, why the interest? Are you looking for him?
Something like that.
May I ask why?
I have a message for him.
A message? Who would be interested in that wastrel? Other than his furious and deeply disappointed master, of course. About your question, you'll find him at home, no doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
Ah, thank you. Does Florian have any enemies?
A man such as he certainly owes money at every turn, and the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased with his attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the baths who accosted him in quite a spectacular rage.
A woman from the baths? What did she do?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently feel sorry for my ne'er-do-well apprentice, but on that occasion I made an exception.
Do you have any idea why she did it?
She was screaming about some girl, some flighty bath maid, Esther. I would say that Florian had felt the joys of spring and acted accordingly, although one would have thought they'd be used to that sort of thing at the bathhouse.
Thank you. I'll leave you to your work.
Farewell.
Okej, gdzie tym razem muszę przejechać? O, dwa nowe punkty. Porozmawiaj z Łaziebną, porozmawiaj z Florianem. Dobra, będziemy kontynuować ten wątek w takim razie. Dobra, znalazłem Łaziebną, skorzystałem z usług.
At odds?
Możemy
I'll
pogadać
give you
w
at
Florianie.
odds. It's that sod's fault they took my Esther. Poor girl. I shudder to think what's become of her.
O, proszę.
What exactly happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and Esther with it. She doesn't normally offer that kind of service, but I didn't see the harm, so I sent her in to him. And suddenly I hear screams. So I run out, and I see the bastard pulling her out of the tent and shoving her into a boat.
I'm sorry they took her, but what exactly has it got to do with Florian?
They shouted at me to tell Florian that when he wises up, he'll get the girl back.
I assume that Florian knows this, Esther.
You know village girls. They don't get much of a choice. Every other knave has a turnip for a brain, and if they don't, they're relatives. And then some young dandy turns up who writes her little poems. What's the poor girl to do? And this is how it ends. She should have stuck with the turnip heads.
Where can I find this Florian? I'd like to ask him a few questions.
He works in the engraver's workshop at the monastery craftsman's yard. And if he's not there, he'll be holed up like the rat he is in the cellar he rents from the baker. He's afraid of me, for sure.
What did the bailiff make of it?
Don't even get me started on that. He's another fine... I won't say what. I told him everything, but he says he won't do nothing about it.
How's that then?
He wouldn't tell me to my face, of course. But people here don't think much of us. There's some as reckon my Esther deserves what she got. Poor girl.
It sounds like you were close to Esther.
I loved her like my very own. She came to me as an orphan, like a wolf child she was. I raised her and taught her and gave her a job, and now she's gone. Who knows if she's even alive?
I'd like to know more about the kidnap.
May the Lord watch over you.
No okej. Ciekawie się to potoczyło. Jedziemy w takim wypadku do Floriana. Dobra, jest ten szyld piekarza. Miał być chyba w piwnicy, więc zobaczmy. Proszę, wygląda jakby z laptopem siedział.
I'm honored that you should come to me.
You look quite sprightly for an invalid.
What? Who the hell are you?
My name's Henry, and I'm making inquiries for Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And what do you want from me?
Straight to the point then. All right. I've been investigating counterfeit money, and the trail led me straight to you. Does the name Rappator mean anything to you?
I don't know. Maybe?
Don't bother. I know you know him. You make the punch dies for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where their workshop is?
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on me. No evidence, just accusations.
It's got something to do with that girl, hasn't it?
How do you know?
That doesn't matter.
No, I suppose not. I didn't want to get involved, I swear. Those bastards kidnapped Esther. If I don't cooperate, they'll kill her.
Who is Esther?
My girl, of course. That scum took her right out of the bathhouse.
I'm sorry about that.
Me too. Listen,
Dobrze,
I'll
że
tell
się
you
zgodzili.
everything, I promise. But only if I know that Esther's safe.
What, so I'm to go searching for her in the woods?
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me. And what can puny little me do faced with those strapping great villains?
Very well. I'll bring back your Esther.
Really?
Yes, but then you have to tell me everything.
I will. I swear to God Almighty. Please, just bring her back to me. Nothing else matters.
Where are they keeping her?
In the Skalitz Hills. There are some abandoned cottages around the mines. That's where I saw her last. They took me there when I said they had to let me speak to her.
All right. I'll go there and try and think of something.
You're my savior.
Don't get your hopes up. Anything could happen.
God be with you.
Mam zdecydowanie zbyt miękkie serce, żeby odmawiać w takich sytuacjach. Zobaczmy, gdzie to musimy się udać. Pu.
Is there something you need?
Tutaj.
Good day.
Jedziemy
I
po
found that
kolei.
Esther of yours.
I know. Back already. How can I ever thank you?
By telling me all about the goings on with Rapata.
They found me in the tavern one evening, caught me when I went to the shit pile, and they started to badger me about working for them.
They?
Yes, Rapata. And a knight they called Sir Jezek.
And then what?
They explained what they wanted from me, and I told them to sod off.
I'm guessing that didn't go down too well.
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and left. I thought it was just a drunkard's joke. But then they took Esther.
Where will I find Rapata?
He's usually wherever I am.
What does that mean?
He watches me. Everywhere I go. And when I'm at home, he sits on the bench in the square, watching my house.
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern on the green, buying supplies.
All right. At least I know where to start. And you go to work tomorrow, you hear?
Why?
Because we have to lure him out. And besides, your master will surely be glad to see you.
I have my doubts.
Why didn't you tell anyone?
At first, I took it for a bad joke. And then, when they snatched Esther, there was nothing to be done.
I suppose I'd better go. I'd hate the bastard to get away.
Good luck, and thanks for the help. Good luck then.
Okej, czyli że co, szukamy tutaj gdzieś gościa.
You can't just walk around in the dark. You have to have a light. It's the law.
Spoko, już mam. Sorry, gościu. Nie bij. Myślę, że przez to, że jest środek nocy, może być problem z tym, żeby tutaj gościa zastać. Może po prostu poczekam do rana i zobaczymy, co się stanie. Dobra, Florian ruszył tyłek. Czyżby to był ten kolega? Jest Rejkota.
Are you Rapata by any chance?
Pardon me? Do we know each other?
No, but I'm hoping to change that.
Henryk lubi poznawać
Well,
nowych ludzi.
I don't have much time right now. I'd best be off.
It'll only take a moment.
All right then. What do you want?
I know you buy Quicksilver for those counterfeiters.
It seems there's no point making excuses.
No, gościu, trochę spalony
Now tell me
jesteś.
where their workshop is.
Of course, of course. That will be the best solution.
So?
Się strasznie
Let's leave it for
trzęsie.
another time.
Hello?
So, are you ready to talk?
I will. I will. Just don't hurt me, please. What do you want from me?
Tell me where the workshop is. Don't worry. Your master won't be punishing you for betraying him. You're both gonna have too many other problems.
It's in the Skullet's mines.
That doesn't narrow it down very much.
On the eastern side of Skullet's Hill, there's an abandoned mine gallery. Well, it used to be abandoned. Now there's a small camp in front of it, and the workshop is inside.
Who is your lord?
Sir Yezhek of Ronov. That's what he calls himself, although Ronov Castle's long gone.
What happened to it?
Ronov used to belong to Vincent, Count Lichtenberg. After his death, it fell to Margrave Jobst, and he had it pulled down. He knew full well that Vincent's vassals would resist him.
Why? Everyone knows that when a lord dies without issue, the king can confer his estate on whoever he pleases.
But Vincent had descendants. Ronov only fell to the Margrave because he declared them all illegitimate. All because Vincent had refused to fight for him against Sir Prokop. Sir Yezhek led a revolt of the vassals, but Jobst rounded them all up. Only Sir Yezhek got away. Since then, he's become the scourge of the domain.
Who are you, anyway?
They call me Rapota. I used to be the executioner's henchman in Brno.
And how did you come to be serving Sir Yezhek?
I helped him escape from prison. If I was going to serve anyone, better Sir Yezhek than the executioner.
So you saw being a brigand's henchman as a step up in the world?
I thought if things changed and he stopped marauding, he might get Ronov back and take me into his service.
Well, after this little escapade, you can forget about that. You'll be lucky if you don't end up swinging on the gallows.
It's all the same anyway now. I've betrayed him.
So who's Sir Yezhek working for? Don't tell me he just took it into his head one day to start forging coins.
That's not for me to know. Sir Yezhek was on speaking terms with various lordships.
Such as?
We were often guests at the monastery, but I slept in the hayloft, so I heard nothing.
And apart from that?
In the camp, you'd occasionally see a Hungarian nobleman, but I don't know what he was doing there, or who he is.
I think I've heard enough.
Can I ask you something?
Yes?
I don't want to hang. It's a horrible death. I prefer you just kill me here and now.
No, niestety, gościu. Jestem na pacyfistycznym przejściu, więc...
An honorable death? No chance. It's the dungeons for you.
Dlaczego
and the
spadek
sort of
reputacji?
punishment a
Oddałem go
counterfeit deserves.
koronie,
Don't worry.
prawu, czy
In
kto
time,
tam...
you'll be glad of the gallows.
I co? Dobra, ten jest gdzieś zamknięty. Chciałbym stąd wyjść. Jeśli mogę prosić. Tu, git. Okej. Dlaczego... Okej. Zgadza się. Przez chwilę myślałem, że to Rataje. Wystraszyłem się. Uff. Zapewnij sobie pomoc Ulryka. Właśnie nie wiem, czy zwróciliście uwagę, ale w momencie, jak rozmawiałem z tym typem, to mi się tam strasznie dużo rzeczy w tym zadaniu powysypywało. I strasznie to jest dziwne w takim wypadku, bym powiedział. No bo jest tak naprawdę, co, jedna właściwa ścieżka, żeby poznać całość? Nic, jadę do Ulryka. Dobry spawn, koniu.
I finally found out where the Forger's workshop is. Master Fayfar was right. The Forgers are sticking close to the supply source. Their workshop is somewhere in the mines. The entrance is on the eastern side of the hill. I've no idea what to expect there, but I'd rather go there with some backup.
I will be glad to give it. Lead on.
Aha, od razu następnęło na ten wygwizdów. No dobra, szukamy wejścia. On widzę ma własną ścieżkę. No okej. O! Chcesz tam wjeżdżać? To wjeżdżaj, gościu.
Well now, look what's come crawling out under some rock.
Dwarves! Get over here! Hey! All of you, gather here! Raise the alarm! Raise the alarm! Watch out!
Jesus Christ.
Alarm!
I'll have you.
Over here! Oh dear,
Is that all you got? Call that combat. Now.
Bring it on. Where could he have vanished to?
Okej. Gdzie jest mój kolega, który powinien był tu rozwalić całą tą ekipę?
Missed! Hey, all of you! Over here! Raise the alarm! Where could he have vanished to? He must be here. Watch out! Are you enough? To arms! Get over here! Over here! Where is everyone? Quick! Alarm! Raise the alarm! Watch out! Slaughter you! Alarm!
Giving up already?
Raise the alarm! Watch out! Over here! Where is everyone? Quick! Stop, I beg you! I yield!
I'll let you go, but the weapon stays here.
What's to be done?
You're in the wrong. Curse it!
with you.
Over here!
Jak to wygląda w zadaniu? Dalej mam ich szukać, tak?
Over here! Where is everyone?
Mam nadzieję, że ten mój kolega, przyjaciel wziął Ulrych, wbiegł do tego tunelu i gdzieś go tu znajdę, bo inaczej to będzie padaka. Czy ja się mogę jeszcze bardziej obandażować? Nie mogę. Więc próbuję tu. Będę się trzymał prawej krawędzi. Chyba znalazłem.
What do you want here? I don't know you.
I'm here at the command of the royal hetman, Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Radzig Kobyla, the king's hetman. I see.
I'm here to place you under arrest.
I gathered as much. And you came alone. Ha! Very daring of you, I must say.
I'll manage. Sometimes even a king can be deposed without an army.
So I'm a king now, and you want to dethrone me? By the way, who betrayed me?
That hardly matters, does it?
Do you think I won't get a chance to settle up with them? But I hope you don't imagine I'm just going to follow meekly after you like a lamb to the slaughter.
Dobra, spróbujmy go przegadać.
And where would you want to go?
Anywhere. Anywhere else is preferable to Kobyla's dungeon.
Really? You can't go to Moravia. The Margrave himself is after you there. And in Bohemia, the kings may change, but the coin remains, my friend.
What do you mean?
Whoever gets to be king, they can't afford to have someone forging money.
Do you think I'm doing this on my own?
No, but when the kingdom's back in order, and it'll be time to shut this little operation down, they'll be only too happy to let you take the blame. Counterfeiting money gets no clemency.
It doesn't matter. Kobyla will string me up from the highest tree in any case.
Maybe, but you're very shrewd and very persuasive. And you might know a few things that are worth more than your life. It's up to you. Either you give yourself up and try to make a deal with Sir Radzig, or you'll be on the run for the rest of your life.
A deal with Sir Radzig? It's true they say he's a canny man.
If you cooperate, you stand a chance.
Oh, very well then. May as well climb straight into the maw of the beast.
So let's go. Master Fayfar will be itching to ask.
Tak po prostu się udało? Jakby... O, grubo.
Good work, Henry.
Thank you, Master
O,
Fayfar.
grubo.
It wasn't easy, I can tell you.
I'll take some men and have a good look around there.
And what should I do?
You should get some rest and go to Rattay. In the meantime, Sir Radzig will have this wretch questioned. Maybe he'll get something useful out of him.
Nie byłem przekonany, że tu będzie jakieś mordobicie jeszcze.
See you in Rattay then.
Okej, chcą, żebym wrócił do Ratajów, także wezmę się tu tylko kimnę i tak zrobimy. Dojechałem do Ratajów, widzę jak mi pan Radzik ucieka schodami. Muszę go złapać. Mam nadzieję, że tutaj, no nie no, na schodach z nim nie pogadam, ale może tu się uda, no. Dawaj.
There's the man. Good work, Henry.
Thank you, sir.
I tell you to take a well-earned rest, but unfortunately I need one more thing from you.
Whatever you command.
Jezek refuses to talk to us. the stubborn bastard's asking to see you.
Me?
Indeed. Normally I'd send for Captain Bernard to beat it out of him, but then I told myself that if he's so keen to speak to you...
I'll try to get something out of him. Where is he?
He's locked up in the tower. Bernard will give you the key.
Very well, sir.
Dobra, teraz będę biegał za kapitanem Bernardem, tak? Przesłuchaj Jaśka. Okej, to lecę na tamten koniec miasta teraz. Nie mogą odpuścić, to zadanie jest bezlitosne. Jest kapitan Bernard, spędziłem z nim tu dość sporo czasu. Teraz przyszedłem tylko po klucze.
I need the key to Jezek's cell.
So Sir Radzig let him have his way in the end. He should have let me beat some answers out of him.
Nie turbuj się.
Don't take it that way. He probably wants to talk to me because he reckons he can hoodwink me. But that's where he's wrong.
Just try not to mess it up. Here's that key.
Thanks.
Dobra, mamy klucz. Siadam na koń i jedziemy z powrotem. Że to tu? No nie wygląda. A, to pewnie tu gdzieś trzeba będzie zejść. Oj. O. Przypadkiem trafiłem.
How are you, Henry?
No, widzę, że tobie idzie całkiem nieźle.
Well, finally, I've had quite a wait.
Why do you want to talk to me of all people?
Radzig will keep me alive only as long as it takes to get everything I know out of me. You, on the other hand, gave me certain assurances. So I want to be sure that the secrets my life depends on end up in good hands.
I didn't promise you anything, but I'll see what I can do.
Very well, ask me anything you want. I won't be obstructive.
What I want to know most of all is who's behind it. Who are you making those forgeries for?
Do you think I couldn't have handled it all myself?
I'm not trying to insult you. It's just not a job one man could do alone.
All right, the way it began was I was short of coin, as usual. So I let those crimps in Sasau recruit me.
Recruit you into what?
I didn't inquire too much. In this business, you don't ask too many questions. But when they found out I wasn't just anybody, they put me in charge of the counterfeiting. A foreigner by the name of Eric
I
gave me
znaleźli największego
instructions, but for sure
intelektualistę i
he
zrobili z
isn't
niego
the
szefa.
chief. And there's someone highly placed at the monastery who's mixed up in it too. But I don't know who.
How did you come to hear of all this business?
I met some old friends in Colleen a few months ago, and they said they were heading for Sasau, that armed men were being recruited, and they'll hire anyone.
Old friends? Who were they?
Just a couple of brigands. We used to ambush the Margrave's messengers in Moravia together.
Nice friends you keep.
I was in dispute with the Margrave. A man in my position finds himself mixed up with all sorts.
And then what?
Rapota and I had been living off stale crusts for a month, so I wasn't going to turn down the chance of work, honest or otherwise. We rode to Sasau and met with the recruiters. It didn't take long to realize I was a nobleman fallen on hard times, not some common peasant.
Can you get to the point?
Well, they introduced me to this Eric, and he told me what was needed. They set up the workshop, got the men, the supplies, everything.
Crimps? You're telling me this Eric is recruiting armed men in Sasau?
Well, it seems so. I was giving the recruiters some of the coins to do it. The fake ones, of course.
Where can I find the recruiting gang?
That's tricky. It was my friends who led me to them. We met with them in the woods next to Sasau. It's about who you know, as always.
You said you gave them money. Where was that?
They'd ride to the mine gallery to see me. I don't suppose you'd find them there now.
If you say so.
This Eric, you reckon he's not the one in charge?
He puts on airs, but he's just a naive young pup. And he's always going on about his lord, though he never mentioned him by name.
Where can I find this Eric? You must have had some meeting place.
He used to come to the workshop unannounced. And after what's happened, I doubt he'll be showing his face there again.
This highly placed person at the monastery, what can you tell me about him?
I've no idea who he is, only that he's no small fry. After all, he handles the exchange of the forgeries in Passau.
I see. Is there anything else at all you can tell me about him?
No, he was supposed to supply me with materials too, but he backed out. Eric said he probably got cold feet.
That'll do me for the moment.
Will you put in a word for me with Sir Radzig? I'll swear allegiance to him if he'll have me. I'm sick of being a renegade.
I'll have to think about it. I don't want to annoy Sir Radzig.
No właśnie. Zobaczymy, jak się rozmowa z Radzikiem potoczy. Muszę jeszcze tam dobiec. Okej, ten zdążył. Zobaczył mnie, się odwrócił. Co za cham. Chodź tu, typie. Nie
So
uciekaj.
what have you learned?
All sorts of things.
There's some foreigner called Eric behind the counterfeiting ring, and someone highly placed at the monastery.
The monastery? Really?
That's what Jezek claimed.
So it's worse than I thought. If this is true, we'll have to proceed with the utmost caution.
Why? Can't we just go to the monastery to investigate?
No. If the church is truly involved, I have no authority.
So what will you do?
I'll have to think about it. It won't be an easy nut to crack. I'll have to consult with Hanush. And what of this Eric? Who is he?
I don't know, but he's recruiting armed men in Sasau and forming an army.
Damn. So it looks like Pribyslavitz wasn't the end of it.
It most certainly wasn't, sir. And what's more, Sir Jezek is convinced this Eric is only a go-between, and there's someone bigger behind him.
You should return to Sasau and take a closer look at those recruiters. If they're going to attack, we must find out sooner than last time.
It might not be as straightforward as that. Sir Jezek didn't know them and has no idea how to find them.
You'll have to manage somehow, my lad. Don't tell me there's an armed force amassing here and nobody knows anything. Go to Sasau and try to find them.
I'm not sure where to start, sir.
Then ask around the alehouses and inns, or at the Rathaus.
Spadek reputacji,
Someone must
nie
have heard
mogłem nic.
something. These things can't be entirely kept in the dark. Whatever you do, be careful, Henry. And best not mention my name. It would attract unwelcome attention. What we want is for the Crimps to take you for just another village lad they can lure into their gang.
All right, sir. I'll try to blend in as best I can.
I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I know of no one else who could help as much as you can now.
As you command, sir.
I to już wszystko w zadaniu Nie Wszystko Złoto. Bardzo serdecznie dziękuję wszystkim za oglądanie. Gorąco zapraszam do kolejnego odcinka. A na razie to tyle, także oby do zobaczenia.